Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I hope you've been enjoying my videos so far. I'm kind of new to this, so hopefully with time and practice my videos will get better, but thank you so much for watching my videos and for watching this one today. So today's video is going to be about saving money in law school. So if you are a law student, you know it is so expensive to go to law school, like just insanely expensive. You need to be able to save money in basically any way that you can so that you can reduce your debt for when you come out of school at the end. So I have some tips for you on how to save money. If you want to know what my tips are, then just keep watching. So a lot of my tips are going to be related to food because I spend most of my money on food and rent, and food is obviously easier to control. So it's a good place to start when it comes to saving money. So my first tip is to buy groceries and cook your own food. So eating out is so expensive and you really don't have to. Like in law school, yes, you are strapped for time, but you do have time to cook your own food. So definitely cook your own meals because you'll save a ton of money. Tip number 2 is related to that. It is don't go out to eat all the time. Now this one is very hard for me because I love eating out at restaurants and getting takeout, ordering pizza. So it's really hard to not eat out because it's just so nice. You get to try different foods and it's convenient, but it's really expensive. Like I said, you're paying for that convenience. So do your best to make it a treat. Do it once in a while, but don't eat out all the time. Tip number 3 is kind of related to that. It is make meals at home and then bring them with you to school or to work. I personally prefer to come home between classes because I just don't feel like bringing food with me to school. So that's another option. You can just, if you have the luxury of going home between classes and you don't have to stay at school all day, then you can go home. But the other option, if you are stuck at school all day or you're stuck there between classes, is to bring food with you. So make your meals at home or make your snacks at home and bring them with you to school. The worst thing ever is when you are stuck at school and you're starving and you don't have any food to eat. Like your only option basically is to buy something at school, and you really can't get anything done if you're starving. And I'm someone who's hungry all the time, so I definitely know the struggle. So if you know you're going to be stuck at school between classes or for the whole day, bring food with you for sure. It will save you so much money. Tip number 4 is kind of related to that one. It is to resist the temptation to buy coffee at school. So I know a lot of people like to buy tea or coffee and bring it with them to class or have it between classes, and it is really nice, but it's also expensive. So yes, it's only $1 or $2 here and there, but if you're doing that every single day, that adds up very quickly, and it's something that's super simple to stop doing. You can buy tea and coffee and make it at home. So do that and then bring it with you in like a cute little thermos or something, so you're not tempted to buy coffee or tea at school. Do that. Tip number 5 is to plan your meals based on what's on sale and what's in season. So you can look at the flyers to see what items are on sale and then plan your grocery list based on what's on sale. And fruits and vegetables are in season at different times. They will be cheaper if they are in season, and they're a lot healthier for you. So also try to make your meals based on what's in season because that will also save you a lot of money. Sorry, I'm trying not to play with my hair as much as I did in that last video, but it's in my face and driving me crazy. So tip number, is it 5? So tip number 6, I think, is to price match. If you get one of those apps on your phone, I know of 2, there's Reebee or Flip. Those 2 apps show you all of the flyers for every store for that week. And then you can compare prices for different items. So you don't have to go to like 4 different grocery stores to get all the sales, but you do end up saving a little bit of money. It doesn't save you a ton, really, like maybe a few dollars, but a few dollars every week adds up. Tip number 7, I really hope I've got these numbers right, is to download the app Checkout 51. Every week it lists some offers in it for different items, and then if you buy that item, then you can take a photo of your receipt and upload it to the app, and then you will get cash back for that item. It's usually between 50 cents and $5. And then once you've accumulated, I think $20, you can request a check and they will send you a check in the mail for $20. And all you had to do was take a photo of your receipt. It does take a very long time. And sometimes the offers don't change that much each week, or it's things that I just never buy. But sometimes the offers are really good and you get a good amount of cash back for them. So I don't think it hurts. It might not be the most helpful tip for you, but it's definitely something that you could try. So another tip, which is related to the other thing that I spend most of my money on, which is rent, is to get a roommate. They will help you pay for the rent, and sometimes they'll also chip in for household supplies, like cleaning supplies and stuff. So it's a great way to save some money if you're willing to live with a roommate and to deal with someone else's stuff. Another tip is to buy used textbooks. This one's a big one. Textbooks are ridiculously expensive. You can get them used on Amazon, on Kijiji, or you can go to slugbooks.com. It's this website that basically, if you type in the book that you want, will tell you how much it costs at every different website, and it will show you the one that's the cheapest. Another great way to buy used textbooks is through Facebook. There's often a buy and sell textbooks group, and if you join that group, then like upper year students will post their books from the previous year for often really discounted prices because they're just trying to get rid of them, because we have so many textbooks in law school. So you can get them for a really good price, and sometimes they might be highlighted or underlined, but often that just helps you in the end, so I don't find it to be that big of a deal. One thing that I forgot to mention about buying used textbooks is be careful if you're buying an older version than the one that you are supposed to be using, because the law changes very quickly and very frequently. So if you don't have the latest version, there's a good possibility that some part of the law that you'll be tested on will have changed since the last version. So I don't recommend buying an older version. But if you are going to, make sure nothing that you are going to be using has changed so that you don't make those critical mistakes. So I'm just going to stick this clip into the appropriate part in the video because I forgot to mention it. Oopsie. Another tip that I have is don't pay for cable if you don't have to. So in law school, you don't really have a heck of a lot of time to watch TV anyway. And if you have Netflix, you don't need cable. If you don't have Netflix, then I guess you could get cable, might as well, or just get Netflix. It's probably cheaper. My second last tip is to get a good cell phone plan. Make sure you're not paying for things that you don't need. On my cell phone plan, I have very little data, but I'm usually in my apartment or at school during the school year, and I have Wi-Fi in both places, so I don't really need a lot of data. Check how much you're actually using of all of the services that you have, and get rid of the ones that you don't need at all, or reduce the amount that you have for the services that you can do with a little less for. And my final tip is kind of related to that, but it's don't go over your limit. So I know a lot of people end up spending hundreds of dollars on their cell phone bill because they didn't know what their limit was, or they knew it and just didn't care, and they went over their limit for talking or for data. So definitely know what your limit is. Maybe set a reminder on your phone to let you know when you're almost at your limit. And then if you do reach your data limit, like I did last month, turn off your data so that you're not going to overuse it and rack up a huge phone bill. So I think that's all of my tips on how to save money in law school. Hopefully they were a little bit helpful to you. If you have any tips of your own for how to save money, leave them in the comments below, because I'm always looking for new ways to save money in law school. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!